Hello and welcome everybody to our webinar here at Fronius International. Today we have the topic, the new Fronius Solar.SOS for quick service. Before I explain in detail what the Solar.SOS is all about and why we do have a quick service, I quickly want to introduce the team members for today's webinar. So I'm assisted by my colleagues, Hans Pelzer, and by the product manager of this tool, the SolarSOS tool, by Boris Klibusic. Thank you to you guys for being here with me. And my name is Christoph Schierlinger. Together with Hans, I'm in the team trainings and education here at Fronius International, which means we do exactly this here, holding webinars and doing trainings and online trainings. So yeah, I will guide you through the next 30 to 35 minutes through today's webinar. And if you have any questions to the product, to Fronius itself, or something around it, don't hesitate, send your questions through. So we have the colleagues here available to answer as good and as quick as possible to your questions as well. Your questions can be sent through on the right side of your screen. So there you have the chat function. And yeah, I'm happy if we get some questions maybe. Yeah. So I quickly want to show you the agenda. So what's on the agenda for today's webinar? Just in one slide, I quickly want to show you the new Fronius apps. So what we have available right now, it's 3 in total. I will show you in one slide what those are. And then we solely focus on the Fronius SOS. I will explain to you what it is, what's the difference to the previous version. Maybe some of you already know the version 1 of SolarSOS. And yeah, I have prepared a short presentation of how the user interface looks like and what's up with the authorization and registration process. And of course, it wouldn't be fair if I do a live demonstration as well afterwards. So this will be the last part of today's webinar. Yeah, before we start now, I quickly want to do a short poll. So right now you should see on your screen a short poll. The question is, do you already have some experience with SolarSOS? So it would be great if you maybe can simply click in the according bubble. So yes, I already have some experience, or no, unfortunately not yet, maybe. Yeah, it's of course very interesting for me and for my colleagues how the status is, if it's already out and known in the market, or maybe we can push it a little bit more. So thank you very much for those of you who take part on this short poll. I will just let it open a few seconds longer, and then I will proceed with the actual webinar. So I read now 63% already voted. Yeah, I think I will close now. Thank you very much for those of you who voted. Quickly want to show you the results. 47% clicked yes and 53% clicked no, not yet. So it's, yeah, more or less half, half. So thank you very much again. And now, so quickly close that. Now we proceed with the actual webinar. Yeah, as promised, a short glance on the 3 new apps we have available from Fronius. We start with the left one, which is actually the first tool we come across when we install a new product, a new inverter, which is the Fronius Solar Start. The Solar Start app is one way to commission and bring the Fronius product online. It's of course, as the name calls, it's an app for smartphones and tablets. It's not the only way how we can commission a Fronius inverter, a new Gen 24 inverter, for example. We can also do it via desktop, no worries. But with this app, we have a few advantages. I won't go into detail on that because we have already a separate webinar on that. Yeah, but this is the first step we come across when installing a new product. Then we have a second app, which is the Solar Web app. Maybe some of you already know our online visualization portal, Fronius Solar Web. This is now a new app, a monitoring app, which is more or less a stripped down version of this online browser version, which allows you to have every necessary or the most important state of your PV systems to be available on your smartphone. So this is all about the Solar Web, monitoring and visualization. And then we have the guest star of today's webinar, SolarSOS. This is our service app for quickest service and troubleshooting. And that's what I want to show you now. Yeah, what does SolarSOS actually stand for? The SOS stands for Solar Online Support. This is what it means. And what is it? It's more or less a fast, informative, and easy to use self-service tool. So for technicians and customers, it is available 24 hours a day without any waiting periods, of course. So you don't need to wait to the availability of the tech support to call them. You can every time use this tool to get fast to your answers, to your questions. So it's available 24/7 more or less to query data, warranty informations. You can look up your case history on already existing cases and do a quick troubleshooting. Yeah, and last but not least, it's also a tool where you can initiate an exchange process of a whole inverter or just a component, for example, which is of course a very convenient way to do if, for example, you didn't manage to catch the tech support in time. So this is a way how you can do it faster or in time, let's say. You don't rely on any availabilities of any tech support. Yeah, what did actually the first version of this tool look like? Quick screenshot here put down for you. Maybe some of you recognize this is the previous version which was available, and now it looks, the app version looks like this, and this is the first major step up, I would say. We have now an app version and a browser version of this new SolarSOS tool available. The app version looks like this. It's possible to download it for Google, so for Android phones and also for Apple phones, of course. No differentiation here. And the desktop version, which is actually what I will show you afterwards in the live demonstration, looks like this. I won't go into detail on the screenshot we see here. It's just that that we know how it looks like. Of course, a little bit better, in my opinion, with new drawings. But the functionalities of the previous version are all existing here as well, with a few new ones integrated and adapted, let's say. Okay, I'm starting with the first one, with the first adaptation. The key feature number one here is that we have no longer any written declaration of consent forms. Everything is digital here, the registration process, and also, of course, the declaration of consent is all in digital form, which means this is actually the first thing you see when you open the SolarStart app, the SolarSOS app, or if you open it on your browser, on your desktop. The declaration of consent pops up first, and of course, if you do it the first time to confirm it, to fill it out properly and confirm it, you have all the possibilities with this tool. If for some reason you are in a hurry and you close it, for example, you can of course open it later on, but in the meantime you don't have all the possibilities of this tool. For example, you're not allowed to do any exchange, to order any exchange parts or components. This of course requires the filled out and confirmed declaration of consent. I will show you later on where you can find it if you, for any reason, closed it during the registration process on your first time. So no worries, you can reopen it afterwards. Yeah, and the second differentiation to the previous version is the registration itself. It's now done via this EAM registration platform. It sounds a bit weird, but maybe some of you already are familiar with the Solar Web and already have logged in. Now it is that for every tool here at Fronius, you have every time the same login profile. This is the EAM. So for Solar Web, for Solar Start, for SolarSOS, every tool I've listed now requires only one login data of yours, and so now also for the SolarSOS app or for the browser version. Yeah, another key feature is of course the account switcher. And this comes in handy for installers who are working for multiple companies. This is of course a possible thing to do. An installer is working for company X and for company Epsilon, like in my example down below here. In this case, you can easily switch in the app between those two companies, because of course you don't want to mix up the customers from company X and company Epsilon. You want to differentiate them, and this is possible then to do in the SolarSOS app. So in the screenshot to the right, we can see it very clearly. We have here company 1 and company 2, and the installer can very easily switch between those companies. So 3 in total are possible. Between 3 companies you can switch. Another key feature is the troubleshooting made even more easier. So this is of course we took it over from the previous version. It's an existing feature. You can use it for troubleshooting of problems we have here. We have an increased usability. I will show you now later on in the live demonstration. But again, it's a very cool feature that we have now a step-by-step instruction for the service, for the best service success. So it guides me through until I have the service, or at least I have contacted the tech support directly. I will show you later on how this is done. Push notifications is of course also a very good thing, that if you have the app version downloaded on your phone, you are informed if there are any updates to the app, if there are somehow any news. Otherwise, if there is an error or any fault messages are also displayed here on the phone then. So yeah, that's of course a very good thing to know, to have it on your company's phone. In-app communication is a little bit of a different thing, but also very, very cool, because it means that we have now the possibility to have the messages you have with the tech support, for example, of Fronius, directly related to a created case. So what this means is that you don't have to force through your email account, through your email browser, and search for the last contact you had with the tech support of Fronius. Was it with customer A? Was it with customer B? When was it? Doesn't matter anymore. You don't have to do that, because you simply open your SolarSOS, your desktop version, your SolarSOS app, enter your case, and then you find under messages here every message you had in this case with the tech support written down here. So it's not necessary to search anymore for any messages you had with us, with the tech support. It's all collected here for you. And yeah, of course, it means that in this message center, you have the possibility to directly contact the tech support and also send through pictures and attachments if necessary, which maybe lead to a faster processing of the case. So it's a very simple communication path. yeah, which I can highly recommend to use, of course. Yeah, delivery information also comes in very handy, because we can see here, okay, if I order the spare part, I can see directly when I ordered it and if it's already out for delivery or not yet. And therefore, I can also do a little bit better time management. So I can plan my work. I can say to the customer, okay, it's already out for delivery, which means in 3 to 4 days, it's likely to arrive. And therefore, in the next 3 or 4 days, I will visit you again, because I will have the spare part then, and then we will do the exchange. Manuals and videos are all collectively gathered there. So we have under manuals, I will show you later on where this is, every informative document and video and webinar is collected here for you, and you can simply search for the serial number, for example, or for the product name, and according to this thing you have just typed in, every the best information is gathered for you. So installation, instruction manuals, service instructions, and so on, YouTube videos, they will also pop up for you. Maybe you have your answers already in there. Case overview is, of course, also an already existing feature we took over from the version 1 of SOS. It's a filter function, like we can set a time period from the 22nd of April till June. How many cases did I have, for example? This is a possible way to do so. And also you have an overview of all current and past cases. Yeah, last but not least, before I go to the live demonstration, we have also the device data as a short overview. So you can, of course, query your device data, but in a more detailed way. So for example, you type in the serial number on top here, and then you get the information, okay, what's the device? It's a Fronius Simo. You can see if it's still in warranty, okay, till 2025. You can see if the registration status is completed or open. The system name on SolarWeb, also very important for the tech support, because with the system name on SolarWeb, we can do a much more detailed support or service also for you. So this comes in quite handy. Yeah, and this, of course, matters not only for the new products, the Gen 24 devices, but also for previous products like the Snap inverters. Okay, so yeah, as I mentioned, now we will quickly skip to the browser. I've already opened the tool there, and I now want to show you the main features of this tool. So I quickly switch down here. So as I mentioned, the declaration of consent pops up the first time you log in. Because I've already done that, it didn't show up here. But if you want to reopen it, you simply click on the person here, and then you can click here on declaration of consent again, and it will reopen, and then you can fill it out and confirm it, and then you're good to go also for exchange and repair. Yeah, above we can also see the current company I'm working for. For example, if I want to switch now to my second company I'm working for, you simply click on here, choose the second one, and yeah, on top here we would be able to see here then the second company written down. Okay, so yeah, on the left-hand side we have here now the main features of this tool, and I want to begin, of course, with the troubleshooting, which is we simply type in a serial number we have now. Okay, the product of my customer has this serial number. It already says, okay, this product has to be a Simo 10 to 24. And for example, I have a state code 307, and I don't know what to do now. I don't know what this means. I click on search, and it's searching for and it's now guiding me through step by step what this error means. DC voltage too low. It shows me a possible cause and a possible solution. DC breaker open, okay, close the DC breaker. And down below we can see here now step by step, it can be of course this cause, and so on, until we go to the very end here. In the worst case, it could be a measuring error on the inverter and we would have to replace the device. And if in the meantime I've already solved the problem, I can click on solve or solved. Or if nothing in this this step-by-step declaration worked, I can click on request exchange or repair. Or if I'm not sure where the problem lies, I can contact the tech support directly here. Okay, with the second topic here, we have cases. So this is actually the case history, the overview. And right now, because this is a test account, we can see here 3 cases. For example, I open now this case, which was created on the 1st of January, on the 8th of January. And I quickly open it and I can look into the details. Okay, it was about the Fronius SIMO 4.5. And I can already see, okay, the status is closed. So this means we already solved this problem, nothing to worry anymore. But yeah, I would have everything written down here. We had a previous state code here, which apparently was already solved. And on the top here, we can see beside details, the point messages. So if I would have any conversation with the tech support in the meantime, it would be listed here, or I can simply type something in and send it to the tech support. And this is what I meant before. It's docked to a certain case. So you don't have to search anywhere for this specific message. You just enter the case and everything is listed down here for you. And the last topic is the delivery button here. So if there would be any delivery, so we would see here the status, okay, it's already out for delivery, or when did I order it? Did I order it? So everything is in overview here for you. Yeah, let me close that again. Yeah, the third bullet point here is the device data. Of course, also very important to know if the product is still in warranty. So here we have to type in the serial number again, and it pops up, okay, this product is a Fronius SIMO 12.5. It is in warranty until 2025. And yeah, the system name, that's again the system name on SolarWeb. So can be very important for the tech support for a detailed analysis, of course. Yeah. And the last major topic here on the left-hand side is, of course, the exchange or repair. So here we would have the ability to send a detailed list of everything the tech support needs to know for ordering the spare part, for ordering the exchange inverter. So you list down everything you know about it, the state codes which occurred, maybe some attachments, and yeah, down below we can of course see an overview of service costs. This can vary by country, of course. Please make sure it varies by country. But by filling out this this file here and sending it through to the tech support, of course, you have then the advantage that everything the tech support needs is already there, filled out. You have a case number, you have everything, and therefore it's much more faster in the procedure. If you compare it to just a call or an email to the tech support, it usually takes much longer than if you send it through with the SolarSOS tool. So again, my I just want to push it. Use the tool in this case because it's much faster. Everything you need to know and everything the tech support needs to know is compact together in this file, and it's going much faster. Yeah, and the last topic here on the left-hand side is manuals. I've already said that. You can search for the serial number again. For example, here, I just want to show the English versions. Oh, sorry. Now. And for this serial number, everything is shown here, we recall it's a SIMO 12.5, and therefore we can see here the data sheet. We can see here installation guides. There are webinars listed. So everything linked to this product is shown here. And maybe we can already find some answers to our solution in there. So yeah, that's actually it for this webinar. For checking it out on the desktop version, you simply type in sos.fronius.com. And for the app version, it's the same thing actually. Just type in Fronius SOS or Solar.SOS, and you should be able to find it in the app stores. Should be no problem. So yeah, please check it out. I quickly return to my presentation for one last slide, which is additional information. So if you haven't noticed yet, we have a new homepage. So optically, it looks a little bit new, a little bit different. But there we have a blog post where we have all the digital tools stated there in a blog post, and everything you need to know is listed. And of course, if you want to rewatch this video, or if you want to reread the presentation of this webinar, you will be able to, because we will send it out in the next few days. So this webinar was recorded, and we send you the recording in the next 2 days, together with the presentation in PDF form. And yeah, you're of course welcome to rewatch it if necessary, or also to distribute it to your colleagues if necessary. So, and in this case, I want to say thank you for everybody to joining today, for being here. If there are now some questions left, use the chat function and send them through. I will stay online to hopefully answer all of those. And yeah, in this case, thank you very much for joining, and see you next time. Stay healthy.